Cycle 11 of Chilombe's World. I can't remember exactly where we left off, but I think we were about here. I just gotten a crack into this location while my friend Chilombe is tearing up totally here with the smuggler. We tried take a pot shot at Islet just because I didn't like it. Didn't work. Of course, he used 6 tokens for this. They have more tokens than I expect. There's this huge build up here with a raider used to bring ships across faster. With the smuggler, who just seems to be moving ships around. I've been afraid of him doing this same thing that we're doing up here for a while, doing a run through my stars and tearing me up. So I'm kind of preparing throwing Wethel, which at least is asteroids, because this is quite a fast route, and I don't think I could block it easily. It's very expensive. It's not quite that, but whatever. Yeah, like five ticks across, and it would be extremely expensive to gate up, right? Um, Yukim is telling me he's kind of preparing for attacking here, and Skady here gets this massive build-up. Boom. From what I know, Yukim tells me that this other side of this is on his border. Okay, so I'm hoping big battle happened. Yukim tells me actually double 10 specs. So it's just they have so many specialist tokens. I keep wondering where this guy is and who he's with because they seem to have more specialist tokens than they should. So where they're coming from? All right, that's Dane telling me where we are. So we're at 62. Anyway, so nothing else much interesting happens for most of the cycle on this front. The big news, two big news. First of all, I finally rolled something useful. I finally rolled scanning. And I realized that this is his capital. So I'm knocking on his door. This is Draco's capital. I did some math earlier, realized that means that Yukim's capital is kind of here. It's got a defined pattern of capitals, just like Neptune's Pride. Arnoth to Boru to Torsu, right? This kind of triangle pattern. So Draco, right? So judging by that, Yukim's capital is basically here. Okay. Yeah. That's totally his capital actually. So just to know where I am. That's not his capital. His capital. Yeah, we've seen his capitals up here. So like, no, it's here. Sorry, my bad. Directly up. Right. So we've got this kind of pattern going on, and then yeah, no, that's it. Right. The other thing scanning reveals, which is not on my screen, but is on my friend's, is that we now find out where the other side of this wormhole is, which is here, and there's nothing by it. There is a nebula next to it that we've seen from an earlier vision from some of the stars that's been teared up, which doesn't help. Or maybe this nebula. No, it's a different nebula. So, but there's nothing next to it. So we decide time to take action on this. We're going to do a big push on a kick. So I'm going to end up taking this side. This is a weird change, small change but big. So Dane tells me that it's the largest fleet, not the largest. So it's the largest individual carrier, not the largest total fleet size on an allied victory that determines who wins it. So because I'm sending 300 or 299, he's sending 2 fleets of 237. Even if he's got more than me, I will take the star. Fine. He's going to take the other side, which is binary, we discussed what was fair in the end, and we decided that this is the most likely to succeed, and fuck it, to fairness, I'll take this side, he'll take the other side. Um, that also means that there's not a lot of resources coming up, right? There's nothing here. There may be a war going on here. Looking at where we can look at this fleet, we're missing about 500 to 800 ships that we would expect to be there. So perhaps there's another border here that's going on with a fight. Perhaps there's something hiding in the nebula. We've got 3 nebulas, right? So could be hiding in those. Um, but my other plan is I think I've got Draco's time zone worked out, and so we're going to try a run on Elat. Having a scrambled warp gate route here just opens up so many possibilities for me. Right? This makes this such a flexible, wonderful border to defend and attack from. It makes it so much easier. I can just bring ships here, and then I can just decide where they're going. Also, a route into just starting taking chaos for these stars. Yukim's not pushed very hard, and there's a lot of nice stars here. I definitely don't want him to get all of these, right? Like he's fighting elsewhere. Like I said, the end of this is on his border, probably around here. I don't know. So he's definitely fighting elsewhere, but he could easily push to these stars and take them, and hasn't. People are cowards in this game. Um, so I think I've got just enough ships here to block this. I could throw up an orbital cannon or something. Not got a lot of tokens left. Or maybe use the gate to come across. I've got enough ships here to block it if it goes as the smuggler, because this also has a lieutenant and sorry, lieutenant and infiltrator. Get that confused with saboteur all the time. Um, and so this should land with about 150 ships, and then give me a nice route in. Totally here is toast, pretty much. So Dane's basically wiping out the rest of his stars. He reckons total have taken about 14 from him. I'm sitting at 31 right now. Dane is also at 31, so 62 between us. He's going to go up to about 67, 66, depending on when we win this cycle. Plus, I'll be taking that one to 32. So by the end of the cycle, we should be hitting 68, 69, maybe 70 stars. So yeah, 2 to me. Yeah, approaching 70 stars in a 200-star galaxy. So we will have hit over 1/3 of the stars, which is good for 2 people stuck in a corner. Dan tells me this is one of the most spread out starts he's ever seen. Seems alright to me, but what do I know? Um, and we're expecting the other end to be far denser than ours are. And all in all, we are feeling reasonably good about it. I think it is obvious to me that Yukim is definitely fighting Draco. Otherwise, this makes no sense unless there's just some like proper mind games, but I really don't think that's happening. Um, and like all of these pushing right now would cause me issues, but I think surmountable ones. And again, I think, especially with these kind of coming through, he's gonna then just get hit in the ass if he does that. So being able to clear this has made me very happy because I had 600 ships tied up here, right? 600 ships right now is, you know, about quite a quarter of my fleet, but still not nothing, right? With this open, I'm gonna be able to once again split to, uh, funny enough, Western and Eastern, and my Eastern will fight Western, and my Western will fight Central. Um, and then if I can snap up this with a smuggler, oh god, the smuggler just once I've got that, like that smuggler, 4 ticks to go from there. I missed the thing, but fine, whatever. Right, it's about that. 4 tickets go from there to there. That's huge, right? And I just this becomes just such a flexible. I love it. I am enjoying specialists. So fingers crossed this falls. Fingers crossed this falls. If those two fall, I think we're gonna basically collapse the rest of them. This and next cycle. So uh, not a lot happened during the cycle, end of cycle, lots of stuff, lots of fun stuff. We are behind this alliance on techs, but nothing too important. Manufacturing primarily, and we're ahead on specialists. Uh, we're behind this cycle on banking, we're ahead on pretty much everything else or equal. Last round, I was 4 ticks behind on weapons, so that was closed from I think a 12 tick to 10 to 8 to 4. So I'm expecting this cycle to have gained parity because I took 2 science from him, 3 science from him. No, I built one on loan, 2 science from him, built 5 science myself. So it's net 9 science gain. Given I've got 41 science, that's pretty sweet. Plus we'll take well, no, that's too late to matter for this equation. Um, this attack lands 1 tick after weapons drop, so that will be a fun moment to learn whether I've caught up on science on weapons or not. All in all, zooming out, right? I did make a little map. I got totally here. No, so I got Chilombo to send me his map and did a little superimposition of it. Right, here's the map as I understand it. This is from a few ticks ago. We've got more vision now, right? As I say, the wormhole. This wormhole connects to here. This wormhole presumably connects to in this region. Don't know where this OO guy is. Here or here in the Ultramoon Square. Almost certain this is Eduardo Benes. This is my favorite artist. He's obviously dead. Yugim says OO is down here, but he's not a super reliable source. He's got to be here or here. There's no other way. This is my preferred option because that means that these two are kind of attacking here and will be competing for FELT stars and presumably some hot mess here. So that will help a lot if that's true. As you see, here's totally here. Just this was all totally here stars yesterday, right? This is all following this production. Capital is following this production. Um, yeah, this is FELTs, not me. The custom colors is slightly confusing because I've gone with orange, he's gone with red. Because FELT's true color is pink, and it was confusing as hell. Whereas my true color is in salmon pink, as you can kind of see here. Anyway, so all in all, yeah, happy days. I suspect at this point, my guess is we will win because these people don't seem to be too fast at dealing with small opponents. I suspect that Chilombe will take the win because he's cleaned up here with totally here being kind of rubbish. He'll definitely snap some of these stars. Having said that, I'll then end up in the defensive position probably for our next war because I'll take this, right? That also puts me in the position of being more likely to grow because it's easier to kind of manage those things and take pot shots and that kind of stuff, much like happened here, right? So, we're pretty equal in terms of stars. Um, my guess is Chilombo will win. Obviously, I'll try and to win myself, but not through backstabbing, through just growing faster. But at this stage, I'll be happy for the two of us to win. We both had a rubbish start. I could only see 7. If before I bought OAs and things like that and scanning levels, I could only see 7 stars. Um, and most of our growth is from kind of conquest or me with my massive weird expansion down here. So wouldn't be bad to take second place. I'd be okay with that on my first game with a shit start.